Hello Draughts fans, today I like to show you some special fragments from the Grutmastertoernoai in Frjentsjer, Frjentsjer in Dutch. It's a tournament in the Frisian Draughts variation, a special variation which is played in Friesland almost 3 centuries. In the Frisian Draughts variation you can besides diagonally capture, you can also capture horizontal and vertical, and that means that there are 8 ways to capture, also for the king. So the king is a very mighty piece on the board, which can do special things. In Frisian Draughts variation, 2 kings to 1 is mostly 1, so there is not a lot of draws. I mean. Well, the tournament was played for the 6th time. This year with 4 Frisian players, strong players. The Frisian Championship on Draughts variation Frisian. The vice champion, and also the Blitz champion, and a player Fouke Tiemensma, who plays also international draughts, was also in international draughts Frisian champion. So that were 4 players who played the Grandmaster group, you can say. But similar as last year, there was also a group of players from the international draughts. Last year the players were the former world champion Anatoly Gantvark and famous Italian player Michel Borghetti and Leopold Sokongo from Ivory Coast, and Grandmaster Hans Jansen from the Netherlands. Well, this year the group was the international group was from 8 persons. And very strong players. World champion Alexander Georgiev competed, and also Jean-Marc Jovang, the Litouan player Alexei Domchev, Makadou and Diaye from Senegal, and Hans Jansen from the Netherlands, Václav Krista from Czechia, and player from Belgium, Patrick Casaril, and also Auke Zijlstra, a player from the Utrecht region, province. But he has his roots in Friesland, and he won the qualification tournament in Amersfoort. So he did also get an invitation to compete in the international group. Well, let's see some fragments of this tournament. It was played in the city hall of Frjentsjer, very nice historical building, and we see here from the second round the game Fouke Tiemensma against Teke Kooistra. Dus Teke Kooistra, the champion in Frisian Draughts at this moment. 16th time he has been already. But here he makes a little mistake, a blooper, I think they call it in the Frisian Draughts, and he played 70-21. And now Tiemensma did make a combination, a Frisian combination. So don't look surprised what happens. Tiemensma played 37-31, and then Black has to capture 3 pieces in this way. Well, let's show how it goes. There he goes. And Fouke Tiemensma gets a king. Black captures the king, but that was not the whole combination. Now the second combination comes. The field 3 is emptied, and now a combination king on 1, which can be captured by Black, and this is a winning position, and Teke Kooistra did already resign at this moment. Well, Tjalling Goedemoed showed in the analyze room variation, also a combination when black plays 13-19. Well, let's open the analyze board to see what then happens. I will enable the auto capture because otherwise it goes really fast. Well, when black plays 13-19, then there is also a combination, then it goes very spectacular. White plays 47-41 and black has to capture now to king 26-46. White plays 32-27, another capture, only on this way because vertical is not possible. And now there is all a king for white, and that goes with this capture. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces in a row. Well, let's play. There he goes. And this has to be captured, the king for black with this move. And now white can also capture with a catching formation the black king, and there is one piece ahead. So also with this combination, white could win in the position here, 13-19. So Tjalling Goedemoed shows a lot of combinations in the analyze room on Toernooibase, so you can watch there some variations. The next game is also from Fouke Tiemersma, who won the tournament with 3 wins, and this is the position against Jelle Wiersma, the vice champion in Frisian Draughts. And Fouke Tiemersma has played here 32-28. He now threatens this piece with the horizontal capture, but when black goes further with 29-34, white also captures in this way, and when black goes this way, white captures on this move. So the piece is already lost with the horizontal attack. You can see. Well, black played 29-34 capture. So there is a little bit of space for black again, and now Tiemersma calculated, I think, a lot, and he made an exchange. And in this position, Jelle Wiersma already did resign. Well, in the international game, maybe black should play a little bit further, but then it also has to has a loss. But let's see what happens in the end game when you play Frisian. Black has only one move because he can't play 30-35 because the capture 45-25, 60-21 the capture 26-17, 11-17 is the only move, and now black can't capture to the front 6-17 because of the capture 26-6, and yeah, really soon a king. So 60-7 is the only move, and now white plays 26-21. Well, that's also a good move. 6-11 can't be played, 7-11 can't be played because of the capture to 2-1. So this is the only move that can be played. Well, this is a variation that's then, I think, a good move, and now this variation at this moment. So, and now black has to sacrifice again. 6-11 is already king. This is a move we shall see some later. But when black wants to go to king, the only move is this one, captured from white to 13. Well, now the black piece can go to the king's row, but there is a nice construction that white can make. Black can't go to 44 because of the capture 45 to 43, so he has to go to 43, and now the king on 3, and it's already lost because there is a construction when black goes to 49 or 48. Well, let's see what happens when black doesn't sacrifice with 18 to 23, but with 30 to 34. Well, then the capture it goes 33 to 35. Now this is the only move, and now we see some real nice fragment. Here you see a horizontal opposition. Black can't play to 32 and can't play to 33 because always there becomes a horizontal capture. That's just a nice variation in the Frisian game. Also, horizontal opposition is possible. Well, Foucault Tielemans did win this game also, and he won the tournament with 3 victories and no losses. And Terke Koorstra became second and Jelle Wiersma was third. Well, then the international group. Here you see him in front of the city hall, the historical city hall of Frjentsjer. And here you see all the players: Václav Koorstra, Hans Janssen, Patrick Kasaril, Alexei Jontchev, Alexander Georgiev World Championship, and Jean-Marc Joffin, who will later compete on the world title with Alexander, Auke Zijlstra and Makadu and Jai. And at the end you see here Martin Walinga and Luwe Westra, the organizers of the tournament. Well, also from the international group some fragments from the last round both. This is a position from Georgiev against and Joffin. Let's go a little bit to the front because I think Georgiev made here a nice move. You see, it's a typical international position, but yeah, there is already a combination. White plays here 31 to 27, and black has to capture 26 to 28 horizontal, and now white plays 2 pieces, and this move Georgiev calculated very good. This is called Frisian Understriken. So this piece is already lost because the capture to 15 is happening, and also sacrifice 25 to 30 is also loss of a piece. But yes, a little combination in the Frisian game. Joffin decided to sacrifice this piece, and the piece became on 15. So later on we come in this position, a lot of holes in the black position, and when Joffin played here 11 to 70, and then Georgiev made an end to the game with, yeah, also a nice combination with the Frisian variation. He played 15 to 10. Well, that goes really fast. I can enable the auto capture. No, I can't. Well, this goes better, I think. So let's go again. What happened really? 15 to 10. 4 to 33, and then becomes the next capture to 1, and with this king and with 1 piece ahead, Jofang did resign. He called later on the Frisian Draughts variation a crazy game. So he didn't like it, or he just didn't see everything what could happen. Well, the next fragment is also from the last round between Grandmaster Domchev and McAdoo Ndiaye. And here we go to the end phase. Here we see an end game where on this position McAdoo Ndiaye did make a king, and yeah, in normal draws white can also get a king, and I think he can get a draw and maybe even a plus draw. But in Frisian draws, the one who gets the king the earliest, he has a good chance to attack all pieces, and that we see in this game also. White played here 13-9, and now Ndiaye played 50-6, and now you see that there are a lot of threats. Black threatens to capture in this way, to catch this piece. Black can go this way, then he gets 3 pieces. Black can also go this way, then he gets 2 pieces. So yeah, what's now really good, I don't know. And black can also so capture. That are the 3 threats. And yeah, white played now to king 9-3, and yes, in this position black captures to 48, and that was not really good. I shall later on explain what he had to play, but let's see how the capture goes. Well, 3-1 uses in normal international game it should now be a draw, but in Frisian game this is already lost. 3-8, 48-26. There goes a threat, and yes, now you see something really nice. What McAdoo Ndiaye saw. He captures 1 piece, and that's 1 too much, I think. But this is gallery play, and now he plays 26-8, and there in this position Alexei Domchev did resign because 1-3 that capture follows. Well, let's see the last capture. That was really stunning. 9-3, and then 6-48. Well, let's see in the analyze board, because what should McAdoo capture? That was another position, another capture. That was this one. Well, let's go back, and now you see that the white king is also captures, and that is in the Frisian rules. That is also obligate, because the king is more than a piece, but 2 pieces are more than a king. So this is the majority capture at this moment, but when there is another piece before, for example on this field, I can't see how it captures on this field, then black should capture something like that, and that were 4 pieces, and now we did 3 pieces. So a nice rule in Frisian draughts, that the king is a little bit more than a piece, but 2 pieces are more than a king in the majority capture. So this was the report from this week from Toernooibase. You need to know the results, of course, of of the last tournament, international group. Well, let's see, Hans Janssen did win the tournament with 7 victories, but Alexander Georgiev, who did not play until last week this game, Frisian Draughts, did manage to get a 2nd place. That's a marvelous achievement. Auke Zijlstra, who already knows the Frisian variation, and the 3rd, and McAdoo and Jai did also good performance with 4 wins. You can see here that all the games were a decision, and that's also in the Frisian group, the real Grandmaster group. All the games were also in a decision, and yeah, that's really nice, I think. The Frisian Draughts has not a lot of draws. It's about a percentage which from 10 to 20% which become draw. So that's a really nice thing on Frisian Draughts. The Grandmasters in the international tournament, yeah, they said that this should be maybe an international variation, and they liked it, I think. The organization aims to get in 2018, when the city of Leeuwarden, the Frisian capital, is the culture head capital of Europe. That then there will be a World Championship Frisian Draughts in Leeuwarden, and maybe Georgiev and Jean-Marc have then yeah, did so much experience in Frisian Draughts that they can compete on the World Championship Frisian Draughts. That should be really nice. So thank you for watching today. On the Frisian Draughts variation, a lot of fun players had in the last 3 days. And I hope you like this report. Like it and share it if you like. Thank you very much.